Hello everyone, welcome back. Last year I saw this top on the internet and really liked it, especially because of the fabric that I found in almost a similar type of fabric and type of color. I like that choker-like top part and the cutouts in the front and in the back. The naked shoulders with the waist back in the back and more cutouts in the front. So the whole top I really liked, and I'm gonna recreate this almost the same. The only thing that I'm gonna change is I don't like that choker that's tight around my neck, so I make it a bit loose, so it won't be that nice, but otherwise I really don't like when something is tight around my neck. So that's the only difference that I make. The rest will be almost exactly the same because I really like how this looked. So we're gonna make this. So for the pattern, I'm going to start with the front. It's pretty easy. We have a straight line here for the mid front. And because we have the choker that is coming on top of this, the top is 6 centimeters, starts lower than normally your shoulder. So the length that you take is 6 centimeters lower, and also the cutout in the front and the cutout on the armhole is 5 centimeters lower. So I made here the cutout 15 centimeters from the top where the choker is gonna attach, and I made it 3.5 centimeters in. I made the armhole 17 centimeters. Normally I have 22, so that's really a lot less than normally. And I made this how many centimeters? 4 centimeters. This is of course your quarter chest size. What I did my quarter chest +1 because I don't want it too tight, but I also don't want it too loose. So I give it a bit more. I can always take in. Maybe I can use less, but I can see however it fits because this fabric that I have, it's not nice when it's too tight along the chest. As I said, I'm not sure if I'm making a dart. I'll see how it fits at fitting process if we need to. I can make a dart here, I can make a dart here, and when I make it here it's always crashing up, but then I can cut out the armhole a bit deeper. When I take it here, then I make sure that I have enough length that it's not getting too short. So make it long enough, you can always cut it off when you don't need it. So in the fitting process we'll see if we make a dart here or if it's okay like this. So this is your front. The back is even simpler. This is the mid back again. We don't put the front or the back on the fold because we make a seam on both the parts. It looks a bit nicer, otherwise it's a long flat piece of cloth, and that's not really that nice with this fabric. So this is also straight. The same, your quarter chest +1. This is a bit higher than on the front because this is not 6 centimeters lower. This is just touching your neck. So this armhole is the same as normally. I made it 20. I made it a little bit less as normally. Normally I do 22 because I want to be sure that I don't get a gap here because that looks really awful. And I can also cut it out a bit lower when this is too high. Then for the back split, I made it 12 centimeters long, low, and just a little bit, just 1 centimeter or less. I think when I cut the pattern out, I don't even cut this out, just use this piece of fabric to fold it under, and maybe it's not even more of a split, an open split, but more a closed split. So just give it a little bit if you want to, or just leave the seam here and fold it under. And I made this 6 centimeters, just a little bit wider than in the front. And for the choker, the neck band that's going on top of it, I made a band of 44 centimeters by 8. Then it's doubled, it is 3 centimeters, doubled and sewn it's 3 centimeters. And I measured around my neck how much I want. I don't want it too tight because I don't like things tight around my neck. So measure how much is for you is okay, and give it a bit of overlay so you can close it up with snaps or with button or whatever you like. So that's the pattern we have to make. Then I will show you my fabric. You saw it already on the piece. It's a really beautiful crushed velvet, the same as I used for my paperback pants, the same sort of fabric, because that one was more orange, more brick, and this is really very beautiful, nice gold. I think it's almost the same as the one from the inspiration photo. Again, as with the paperback trousers, if you didn't see that, this is a fabric that has a different shine. The way you hold it. When you hold it this way, it is lighter or darker than when you hold it upside down. So when you want to use this fabric, crushed velvet it's called, then see what side you like best, because it's lighter or darker when you put it one way or the other way. And make sure that you cut all your pieces the same way, because otherwise you get a lighter or darker piece of pattern, and it looks really strange. So see what you like for the color and cut everything the same size, the same side. So this is for the fabric, and then we're gonna sew, and we're gonna start with. Normally we start with the shoulder seams, but we don't have shoulder seams now, so we're going to start with the mid front and the mid back seam. So you put your right sides together, so that all the way across, the front and the back, and this one too. Then when you've done that, you sew the side seams, then you put your front on top of your back and sew the both side seams, and then we gotta fit it and see if we need darts. And with the fitting, I think it's best when you put your choker or you pin your choker on, so then you can really see how it falls and how it hangs on your neck and on your body. So do that too. I'll show you when I'm sewing how we're gonna do that. So I did a fitting, and the funny thing was, it was way too big, and I don't understand why, because I took the quarter chest plus just 1 centimeter, and I had to take it in 6 centimeters on both sides, both side seams, and I took it in from the top part, the underarm, and I took it in until the waist, and then I go a bit wider out. I didn't want to make it in a curve, but I have to make it smaller here, because otherwise it goes open around the armhole. So I did it until the waist and then go out for the hips, otherwise it will be too tight here. As I said, I don't know why it is, but when I do this it fits very nicely, and I saw something else that I must say very happy, because it saves a lot of work. This fabric, this crushed velvet, velour de pan it's called, it doesn't fray. So if you make your seams or your cutting edges very neat, it won't fray. So what I saw is this is very thin and very flowy, and I wanted to hem this or finish this with a double band, a sort of bias tape, and finish all the sides around the armhole. But I think when I do that, it gets way too heavy, and I think then it will open up now. And now I don't have to make a dart, but I am afraid that when I put a bias tape around the armhole, that it will go open up. And so I decided that I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna try to get the edges as clean as possible. This is a very nice one, but I'm not sure every edge is good, so I have to check that. And then I leave it as it is, so I don't have to hem this or whatever, so it saves a lot of time. If you don't have this kind of fabric but something else, then certainly you will have to finish it, and then you can do that with a bias tape or just with a facing that you sew on and then turn to the inside and then top stitch it down. That's a very nice finish, and I was planning to do that, but I don't have to, so well, that saves a lot of time. This is a banner, but yeah, it's no problem. I just take it in a lot of a bit, and then it fits very nicely. And then I'm gonna sew on the collar. Oh, I also not gonna finish the split in the front and in the back, because look, this is not nice, so I have to cut this until it's really neat, because this looks horrible, of course. But I'm also not gonna finish this because I think I get the same problem here, so I have to cut that with my rotary cutter so that it's nice and neat. And then we're gonna put on the collar, or the what's it called? Don't know the word, but and I think I'm gonna do that by sewing it right sides together from the outside, and then fold it in to the inside, and then do this by hand. I don't want to top stitch it because it doesn't look very nice with this material when you have stitching down here, so I'm going to try to just do it by sewing it on the right side, then folding it into the inside, and just sew by hand the rest of it. So we're gonna clean up all the edges, put on the collar, and do the hem on the bottom of the top, and then we're finished. So this is rather quick than that I thought it would be, and I'm very happy about that. So good luck with your project. I hope you have the same issues that I had, and that you can finish this very quickly. So I made all the edges nice and clean. Looks very nice now. I pinned the one side of the collar to the neck bands, or the halter bands. I didn't say, but I think you saw that on the pattern. I made a bit of a racer back in the back. This is the back side, so that you have a nice open shoulder here. And what I did is I didn't cut all the excess from the sides that I had the seam, what's it called? The extra seam that you have cut on. I didn't cut that all off, so I want to show you now how much I have in between all the four pieces. This is the mid front here. That's the 3.5 centimeters we cut, and I kept it like that. I didn't give it more. And between the front and the back one, I did 4 centimeters. So that are the openings between all the four pieces. In the middle, in the mid back, I didn't do anything, so it's straight. They come straight across towards each other when you pin this down. I've pinned it now from one side of the collar on top of it. I'm gonna sew that and then fold it back to the inside, and then with a centimeter fold it in. Gonna hand sew this back all the way around, and finish this the edges that gonna go on top of each other. And I'm not sure yet if I'm gonna make a button here, or maybe 2 snaps, because I think that looks very nice too, because I have snaps in this color. So I'm gonna do that, and then just make the hem on the bottom. I was doubting if I should just only cut this off as well, but I think I'll give it a nice seam, and then it's okay too, because it's already no time at all to make this. Now that I have all these adjustments that are really in my favor. So I'm gonna finish the collar and the hem, and then we're finished. Okay, and this is the top. I put my full-length mirror here because I had it somewhere standing where I couldn't film, and I was looking for a spot that you can see me totally with the shoes and everything. And this is the new spot. A little bit tricky because the stairs are here, so when I do one step back I'm going down, so it would be a rather epic video if I would film that, but I hope I can manage to stay away from the stairs, and you have my full length in the mirror. So this is the top. It looks really nice, I think. I was glad that these sides, I didn't have to finish them with bias tape, because now it's very thin, very sleek. So I like the finish of this. I know it would look better if I put the choker more tight. You can see if I do this, it looks better, but I really can't bear this that tight on my neck. I get crazy when I have it. So I made it for myself a bit loose. It's not that nice, but it feels more comfortable when I have it like this. And you can see the back like this, or maybe in the mirror with the slit. And with the snaps I made there, you can also do buttons or whatever you like, whatever you think is the most easy to do. And I really like how it looks. I'm really glad. And what I was most surprised of is the time that I made it. I don't want to be the channel of, I made this in 10 minutes, I made this in 50 minutes. That's certainly not my style. But it happened that I made this top, I think, in 50 minutes or maybe 20, because I didn't have to finish it, and it saves a lot of time. Cutting this really neat, it takes also some time, but it was not that bad. I'm not good in cutting, and usually it goes best when you use a rotary cutter. But I did this with a new scissors, and it turned out very nice and looks very good. So I'm very happy with this, and you are lucky because I made this so quickly. I'm making a bonus video because I made of this same material a skirt, and it turned out really nice. I'll give you a sneak peek. I'll put it right in now. So that's the skirt, and I finished the skirt as you saw. So I'm making the video now, I'm editing it. So I put it up in, I think, about 2 or 3 days as a bonus video, that you can make the skirt also with the top. And well, I like this so much. I think I will wear this with Christmas, because it turned out so nice. And you have this nice peekaboo hole where you can put a nice collar, a nice necklace in. And well, it's a very nice result, I think. So I hope you liked it. I hope you can recreate it and make the skirt after it, because the top with the skirt makes a nice dress. It looks really nice as a dress, so you can do that, and it takes really no time at all. Also the skirt you can do very quickly, so it's not that much days to till Christmas, but you can certainly finish it by then. You can do this certainly in a day or in half a day when you're somewhat experienced, and it's very good to do, and it's not difficult. It's just you have to do it. So I hope you liked it. Please subscribe if you do. When you are subscribed, you also have the benefit that you can make suggestions what I can do or what you want me to make in the next video. So certainly do that. And you see me in a few days with the skirt of this top. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in a few days, and otherwise next Monday with the blue velvet dress. Bye. Thank you.